full force tonight, Greg. One of the marquee matchups the NBA has to offer.
And games like this are what it's all about. You can feel the atmosphere change. And Kevin, no matter what, fans and pundits will be talking about this game tomorrow.
Now let's take a look at the Nuggets opening lineup. Underneath in the post, it's Gordon and Jokic. The guard pair are Murray and Caldwell Pope. And it's Porter at the 3 spot.
Michael was so agile and fluid at 16, finishing with an exclamation point. Porter Jr. Hard to stop this young guy.
Greg, no secret, this Nuggets offense revolves around the two-time MVP, Nikola Jokic.
He's the driving force, no doubt. But Kevin, they've done a good job surrounding him with the right kind of players, guys that can defend, shoot, and play without the ball.
Here's Jokic. Giannis Antetokounmpo making his last shot. Back to Murray. Back at 6. The kick out to Porter. And the 3 off target.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
Allen's shot is off.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Murray against Giannis. Murray, the pass to Jokic. Good D by Lopez.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
He is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Murray outside. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Hey, night in and night out, Jokic is taking and relishing the contact.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Jokic taking 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. And so he hits both.
Well, he's certainly been on target with the free throws. Such an advantage when your bigs can knock him down from the line.
Outside Holiday, tie game in Milwaukee. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment.
The Nuggets 4.
And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And look what we've seen from Milwaukee. What do you think, guys?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
They've got them rattled. It's only the first quarter, and already they've made enough big plays on defense to last really an entire game.
So on the floor for Denver, we've got Reggie Jackson. It's Najee in at the center position. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. That's on Reggie Jackson.
And when we talk about the league's elite defenders, Jrue Holiday is certainly up there.
Yeah, that's for sure, Greg. I mean, I think it's a lot to do with how much pride he takes in playing defense. I mean, he's locked into shutting down whoever he's defending. He looks at it as a challenge, and I really appreciate and respect his hard-nosed approach.
Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Milwaukee.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
Gordon deciding where to go with it. 5 on the clock. Here's Murray. No good with the elbow jumper.
Well, he's got to be disappointed in the result there. I mean, the defender really didn't make any impact at all.
And we're about a minute into the second quarter of play. There's Portis. Denver grabs the miss. This game against Milwaukee here, it's their first look to start the season.
Yeah, they got the better of this matchup both times they faced off last season. Do they still have their number?
Well, the sample size wasn't that big. I mean, 2 games, not a lot to go on. But they are 2 teams at the top of the pile in each of their conferences. And because of that, I expect it to be competitive.
No good from Beasley. The Nuggets have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Caldwell Pope, and the shot is good. Caldwell Pope's got the lead up to 2 now for the Nuggets.
And it seemed like they couldn't get anything to fall in that opening quarter, but you can just feel the momentum starting to shift.
Yeah, things are starting to look up. I mean, they're making amends for that slow start, finding a rhythm right now.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. So Denver ends up going with a whole new group.
That's his first personal foul. Second team foul.
Free throw, no good for Portis.
A most valuable role player on this team. Portis' ability to stretch the floor with his shooting, huge.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
And you know, guys, I love his fight and grit on the interior. I mean, he never lets a shot go uncontested.
Nowadays has it in the corner. And that'll do it for the first half. In time. And chest out and sends it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks a lot, guys.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Chuck, a competitive matchup for Milwaukee in the first quarter. The period wrapped up with the teams on level ground and the score top. And that's going to do it for our halftime show.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. And Greg, we still see players embellishing content. Is enough being done to discourage those creative flourishing?
We're talking about flopping, right? I mean, we're seeing the Looyh experiment assessing a technical truth. It's necessary, or guys who will keep jerking their heads and falling down.
Middleton and Giannis slot in at the small and power forward. And it's Lopez in at the 5 spot. That's the 5 on the floor for the Bucks. Absolute heartbreak, Clark, for the Bucks last year in the postseason.
You're right, Kevin. It was a shocker to see the Bucks go down in the first round as the 1 seed. And Miami really handled them, too. Knocked them out of there in 5 games. He played with a lot of energy, got contributions from a lot of different players, and key defensive stops with a balanced attack did Milwaukee in.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, Giannis Antetokounmpo could arguably be called the most feared slasher in league history. He says, I just tried to read the crowd, read the walls, and see where I can beat them. There's a second there that you can attack the seams and change your speed. I've done this 25 to 30 times every night, so I know what to look for. Kevin?
He definitely does, David. A master at his craft. Hey, D.A., thanks for the report. Holiday with the 3. And Jokic with the rebound.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
The battle to a standstill on the boards has really been something to watch, and the game's not over yet. We'll see if one of these teams maintains more energy than the other going down the stretch.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Murray with the bounce pass. 1 second left, and it's sent back by Lopez. And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. Bucks lead by 3. And we'll get going after this from Milwaukee. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far with this fourth quarter. Sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. And Denver will start the fourth quarter. They've got Nikola Jokic, and it's John Shaw at the 4 spot. To the inside. Jokic inside. Defended by Portis. Another miss by Jokic.
Now, there's an example of good defense beating good offense.
Pass to Beasley. There's 1:26 left to play in the final quarter. Can't cash in from close range. Here's Jackson. It's rebounded by Portis.
Well, you know, this is what happens. You can't afford to lose concentration even for a nanosecond.
From 11 feet away. Rebound by the Nuggets.
Tough miss, especially since the defense wasn't that strong. I mean, he needs to cash in from there.
And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Too big, too skilled. Jokic just methodically breaks you down. He's a very unique player.
And no good as the first free throw missing for him. We'll see if he can nail the second. A different look for Milwaukee. Antetokounmpo comes in for Connaughton. And it's Holiday in for Beasley. Justin Holiday's check in for Denver. Jamal Murray comes in for Jackson.
That one miss was huge. He had a chance to turn this into a one-possession game.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Physical basketball from Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Could have been called a foul, but Giannis stayed locked in and focused.
Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. They're down by 6. There's 49 seconds left in the game. And now we present our New Balance player of the game, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
A no-brainer choice here. I mean, given how incredible he's played, he just decimated the defense and did whatever he wanted to. No doubt in anybody's mind that this award was going to him.
Aaron Gordon is checking in for Denver. Michael Porter comes in for Christian Brown. And now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Thanks, guys. Well, I got a chance to hear what the Nuggets head coach was saying to his team. You wouldn't know they were down from what he was talking about. He was positive with the team. He was calm. He said he wanted to keep them focused. Pretty good approach, guys. Back to you.
All right, David, thanks.
Contagious Caldwell Pope.
And so it's Middleton with it. He brings it up for Milwaukee.
Yeah, you can't just have skill and confidence to make big shots. You got to have a big ticker, too.
They go to the intentional foul.
First personal foul. Second team foul. At the line for Milwaukee.
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second.
2 shots.
And the second of 2 is good. That puts them up by 5. Denver calls timeout. They're trailing by 5. 26 seconds left to play here in the fourth.
Once again, give it up to your forward court crew, Bucks fans.
26 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Gordon finds Murray. And Jokic wide open. He shoots. Count. And he has brought them to within 2 points.
He's so clutch. When the pressure is at its highest, that's when he's at his very best.
And an intentional foul there stops the clock.
Had to foul him on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
And you know what? Who knows? He misses at the stripe, and they're right there within range. You know, late game free throws are a lot different than early game free throws in terms of making them.
It's the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead.
Well, Giannis has to push out the distractions here. Take his time and don't rush his process.
So he gets them both. It's a 4-point ball game.
A 2-possession game now. I mean, those were really important foul shots.
And it's the Nuggets ball.
No time to waste on this possession.
Got to go right up with it and then foul immediately.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Well, that looked to me, guys, like a heat check and was maybe a step out of his range.
He hits the first one, and that puts them up by 5.
You know, in the case of Jrue Holiday, having 2 brothers in the league, I think probably has added motivation for him to excel.
And that's curtains for him. Some really good work at the charity stripe to close this one out.
Near the three-point line, it's Porter. Got it.
Porter Jr., what a clutch shot. Stepping up when they needed him to.
And so it's the Bucks who come out on top here. They didn't make it easy on themselves or their fans, but in the end, everyone's satisfied.
Yeah, I mean, there were some times that momentum shifted, and especially early on, but let's give this group a lot of credit for that stick-to-itiveness in terms of finishing out and executing that game.
And now let's go over to David Aldridge from the sideline for an interview with our player of the game. Hey, David.
Thanks very much, Giannis. Great individual performance. I guess you're going for another MVP, huh?
You know, I try not to think about it that much. My mind says do my job, do whatever it takes to help my team win, and all I care about is that we gotta win.
Love the humble brag, man. Congrats on the win. Thanks.
Thank you, David. And that about does it for the first game of the new NBA season. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Clark Kellogg.